So I actually, I spent some time in New York City. I lived there for a little while, and one of my favorite things about New York is the homeless people. The sheer variety of homeless people that live in New York is, like, I've never found anything like it. My favorite type of homeless person are the people that walk around talking to themselves all day. Every time I would see one of them walking down the sidewalk towards me, I would get excited. Because I was curious, I wanted to know what they were saying, but never curious enough to actually get close because they're unstable and they can get stabbed. But you know, I wondered, what are they talking about? Maybe he's not crazy, maybe he's just some kind of scientist who maybe is just figuring out a problem he's been working on so long that he hasn't had time to shower. Maybe there's some magic person that I can't see that is walking alongside him all day that he's talking to. I don't know. What I do know is that I want to tag one of them like they do with the sharks in the nature shows. Just throw a tape recorder in his pocket and release him back into the water. Find him in about a week, see what's on there. Because, maybe he knows the cure for cancer. Maybe he's just reciting it over and over again, I don't know. I just want to find my Goodwill Hunting of homeless people. I'm just a real Rain Man kind of guy. Just smell it. So while I was in New York, I was waiting for the subway one day, and as the train approached, and the doors opened, and as I went to step in, a woman stuck her head out of the door in my face, and said, "Karen!" Two things would have made that acceptable. One, she was an incredibly gorgeous supermodel who was blind and forgot my name and was just taking a stab in the dark. Or two, my name is Kevin. Neither was the case. Taking signs you see on the street or while you're driving, literally, is a great way to amuse yourself. I've seen a sign that says, "Slow children." Uh-oh. Sounds like there's some bad genes in this neighborhood. Better get those fatties on a treadmill before it's too late. No honking, $350 fine. Really? Does that apply to geese? My favorite sign that I've ever seen in the entire world, I saw in a park. It said, "Please do not feed these squirrels or pigeons, as this encourages rats." I said to myself, holy shit. Not only do species interbreed, but when squirrels and pigeons fuck, you get a rat. Turn my world upside down. STDs are scary. I've had the fortunate luck of never having had one. But from what I understand, there are a lot of young people in this world that do have one. I was visiting some friends in New York City, and I saw an ad on television. It said, 1 in every 3 people under the age of 25 has had or has an STD. I was like, holy shit, that's a lot of people. That's really fucked up. What's even more fucked up is that on the bus ride home the next day, because I'm too poor to fly, I saw a billboard. It said 1 in every 2 people under the age of 25 has or has had an STD. Now, I'm no mathematician, but if these advertisements are to be trusted, that means over the course of 24 hours, the number of people under 25 with an STD went from 1/3 to 1/2. I know it might sound a little crazy, but I really like to know who these people are, having all this unprotected sex, where I can go to meet someone. I have weird thoughts sometimes. I was actually watching television with my girlfriend, and I just came out of nowhere with the following set of statements. I said to her, "I wonder what happens to the Incredible Hulk's penis when he gets angry." I imagine it turns green like the rest of them, but does it get bigger like the rest of them, or does it stay the same size? Because if it stayed the same size, it would look really weird. I mean, I realize it would be a normal-sized penis, but he's not a normal-sized person anymore. he would just look silly. I imagine if you wanted to end his tirade, you could just pull his pants down. He would get embarrassed and go back to normal size and run away. But then he would remember that it was me who pulled his pants down in public. And he would get big and angry and green. He would come crush my face. And I said this to her, and she looked at me, and she said, I really am not sure why I go out with you. While I lived in New York City, I had a gay roommate, which is easily the coolest thing ever. Living with a gay guy is like getting the best non-sexual parts of living with a man and a woman all in one. He cooks, he cleans, he'll volunteer to do the dishes, and when the toilet breaks and starts squirting water everywhere, he grabs his tools and he goes to work. If he had boobs and a vagina, I would have proposed. It did get a little weird sometimes, like when he would talk to me about the other guys he would date. It wasn't so much, talking about men and dating other men that bothered me. That really did not concern me whatsoever. The problem was that apparently every man that my roommate had seen naked had a humongous penis. And I know that they say the average is 5 to 7. But when your roommate, who sees way more naked men than I do, is talking about 8, 9, 10 inches long, thick enough to choke a hippo, it makes you wonder if a bunch of guys got together and made up the whole 5 to 7 thing, because like me, feel better about ourselves. I don't know. Aside from the penis thing, living with a gay guy was fantastic. Because when he would tell me that my girlfriend was gorgeous and had wonderful breasts, I could believe him, and I didn't have to worry that I would come home from work one day and find him inside of her. Thank you, everybody.